What if your next home assistant didn't wait for a Wi-Fi signal to work? What if it didn't rely on a single central brain, but instead had 100 tiny minds scattered across its fingers, arms, even skin? This isn't science fiction. It's PI00.5, a revolutionary new robot from a startup called Physical Intelligence. And it might just be the first machine that actually feels like it's thinking. For decades, robots have amazed us, from dancing robots on stage to warehouse bots packing groceries at lightning speed. But there's always been a catch. Most of these machines are trained for one task, in one environment. Move them to a different room or give them a new job, and they break. Why? Because they rely on a big centralized brain. Every camera, every finger, every joint sends signals back to a single processor, which then decides what to do. This model is powerful, but slow, rigid, and fragile, especially when robots are placed in messy, unpredictable environments like your kitchen. PI 0.5 changes that completely. It spreads the brain, literally, across the entire body. Imagine a Lego-style architecture where each part of the robot, a fingertip, an elbow, even a soft rubber pad, contains its own microbrain. These are called Pi nodes. Each one has its own sensor system, actuator, and neural network, meaning it can make local decisions in real time. If a finger starts to slip on a wet dish, it adjusts its grip instantly, without waiting for a central server to respond. That's what makes it so powerful. Reaction time under 10 milliseconds, 25% lower energy usage, and movement that feels smoother and more natural than anything we've seen before. You could say, this robot has a nervous system. Now, fast reflexes are amazing, but they're not enough. To actually be useful in a home, a robot has to understand language, vision, and context. That's where the second layer of PI 0.5 comes in. A massive Vision Language Action Model, or VLA. This brain was trained on more than 400 hours of footage, not just in labs, but in real homes. Messy apartments, bad lighting, noisy backgrounds, robots knocking over chairs and learning from it. And it didn't stop there. They added tons of captioned images, verbal instruction recordings, and demonstrations from both humans and other robots. The result? PI 0.5 understands commands like pick up the red mug carefully, or even clean the bedroom. And it knows how to break that down into steps, navigate to the mess, pick up objects, sort them by type, wipe down surfaces, all without ever seeing your apartment before. In tests, PI 0.5 performed cleaning tasks in totally unfamiliar homes, without pre-mapping, without markers, and without cloud computing. It completed 94% of its tasks successfully. When trained only on internet photos, performance dropped. When they removed robot-on-robot demos, it plummeted. The lesson? General intelligence in robots doesn't come from perfect data. It comes from diverse data. That's why this robot was tested folding laundry, making beds, scrubbing sticky stains, and even reacting when someone bumped into it. And no, it didn't freeze or panic. It adjusted and kept going. For years, we've had robots that can do cool tricks, backflips, dance routines, industrial sorting, but they've always been fragile outside their narrow domain. PI 0.5 breaks that mold. By combining local, reflexive intelligence with a powerful, data-rich brain, it's more like a living organism than a computer on wheels. And that's what's so exciting. It's not just about smarter robots, it's about practical robots. Ones that can help elderly parents live independently, assist in hospitals, or just help you clean up after a long day. And thanks to its low-power decentralized design, it's affordable to scale, not a luxury toy for billionaires. Of course, it's not perfect. PI 0.5 still drops things. Sometimes it grabs the wrong object or takes an awkward path, but it's learning, and more importantly, it's learning like us, through trial and error, through experience. So here's the question. Would you let a robot like PI 0.5 fold your laundry, do your dishes, clean your kitchen? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look into the future of robotics, give this video a like, subscribe for more AI news and deep dives, and share this with someone who still thinks robots are just toys, because the future is knocking, and it has 100 brains.